spookier than anything else we've already done. So we've been talking about doing horror, introducing it. No better month to do that than October. CK, you have loved the idea of going horror. We talked about a couple of different ideas. We landed on a little hide and clap here. Landed on Conjuring. What is it about Conjuring that you like the most? Oh, what do you think of when you think of the movie? What does it resonate with you most?
They do a really good job of depicting these like entities and making them just terrifying. They set the scenes better than a lot of other movies. They also have great actors compared to a lot of other horror movies.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about that, dude. Like, why is it every horror movie for like 30 years was like, let's get the worst actors we can find.
Let's get the cheapest ones we can find.
No, get good actors and they're going to be good movies.
Exactly. I mean, it's obviously a very specific genre. It doesn't have the same draw that a drama or comedy or action would have, just because some people are not into it. Fine. But this brings out like some pretty interesting questions and thoughts that we'll dive into a little bit more on this. And we'll give the audience a refresher on this, but Conjuring I had never seen before you had suggested it. And I came into it with expectations that, well, I guess pretty minimal expectations, because horror is not my go-to genre, but I have started to appreciate it a little more over the last couple of years, because I like to put myself in situations where I think, what would I do? Could I get myself out of this problem? And this one is an interesting one because it brings out a spiritual and religious element that I think is pretty topical right now. And I can't believe that I haven't seen this, and this movie's been out for 12 years. It's not
You haven't seen any of them.
No, I haven't seen
there's like
any
10.
of them. I haven't seen any of them. And, this kicks off like a whole $2 billion universe for, the highest grossing horror segment or series that there is. I was pretty blown away by how they did this movie, because it wasn't your typical horror where, when I think horror, I think of slasher, gory, you're going to have like I think of a Saw, something like that, where you have scenes that are like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. But this doesn't have that. It's got more. And because I think it doesn't have that, I think it's more believable in its nature. And the fact that it's based on a true story gives it a little bit more credence, even though we've learned over this podcast and some others that based on a true story is a very thin line. That could mean anything,
like Apocalypto, based on a true story by Mel Gibson. I like these kind of horror films. Like, I'm not really a big horror guy except for the paranormal.
The paranormal I can get into.
Yeah, like I hate Saw.
Yeah, it freaks me out, man.
I once watched like 5 Saws in a row. It was me, my ex, and my dad were it was around Halloween. She's over. There's nothing going on that night. And there's just a Saw marathon. Worst marathon.
Worst.
And we're just sitting there and like, dude, it fucks you up. Don't ever watch more than one back to back, because you'll go to sleep that night with like fingers getting chopped off and like arms flying. It was bad, but they're not really like, it's just, those are gore movies. And I like the paranormal, especially the demonic. Is the scariest, especially if you believe in this stuff.
Yes.
Some people think it's bullshit. I don't know. I mean,
well, some people do think it is. I don't, characterize that however you want. I think that there is a spiritual world out there, because I think that there is good and evil. I think that if you believe that there is good, or if you believe there is evil, there has to be an alternative to that. And because I believe that, and I have something inside of me that you could consider a soul, whatever you want to say.
It's a soul.
Uh, it has something that is speaking to me and kind of directing me, and that directs me into things that I feel are right and things that
Yeah.
I feel are wrong. But sometimes I don't know what those things are and I can't put them into words. It's just an instinct. That's a spirit, a soul, something like that, where if you can believe in those things, then I think it is possible to believe that there are forces beyond us that have
Yeah.
influence on the material world.
Yeah. The question is like, are they actually external forces? Like, is a demon actually a separate entity, or is it just a way that we describe when somebody does something awful and they're
Yeah.
like possessed by demons?
Right.
There's not really a difference. Like, they kind of mean the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Whether the entities are their own separate beings or whether it's just a way of describing like your internal battles.
yeah. Well, exactly.
But we'll never know until we go to that realm. So
Well, that's the thing. You until we find a way to, access that world in a way that people can actually understand and believe, then
yeah.
it's going to remain a mystery.
Or
And
if you have a really convincing experience,
right.
which I don't know if you have.
Well, there's that so many people have that I feel like it's I think it's obtuse to just ignore it and say, "No, they're all crackpots." There can't be. Well, that's wrong. There can be millions of idiots,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I think there's too many instances that have things that are inexplicable, and so for the audience, and I'll back this up for the audience that hasn't seen the movie The Conjuring. That's the one that we're talking about tonight. It is set in 1971. It follows Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are investigators of not necessarily paranormal activity, but spiritual beings. They're kind of the best in the world at what they do. And they can essentially sniff out stuff that is haunted
hmm
and um you know exercise it and take care of it for the people that are the victims. um they investigate the Perron family. Is it pronounced Perron?
I think so.
Perron,
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
So they investigate the Perron family's farmhouse. There is a malevolent spirit, Bathsheba, that targets the mother in the Perron family. And as the possession escalates, the Warrens attempt a desperate exorcism to save the family. So that's the concept. It's based on a true story. We'll tap into that in a little bit. But what what part of this grabs you first as a viewer? And I want your take as somebody that's seen this a few times, and I'll give you my take. Is it the Warrens? Is it the farmhouse? Or is it the based on a true story angle to it? Or
Well,
something else?
oh, I love the Warrens. I think that's what makes these movies so popular, and it differentiates them from other horror movies. They have this like separate love story, really strong love story going on between this like perfect couple. Now they might not have been this perfect in real life, um, but in the movies they're portrayed as like really strong. Ed is like super masculine, great guy, very spiritual, and Lorraine is she's got this gift that is sometimes a curse.
Yes.
But they just make it so much more personal, and we've got two great actors. I
They
mean,
they are pretty damn good actors. I feel like they play their roles as I would expect people of that ilk to play, or basically be that character. I'm curious what your research is that you found on the parents, or not the parents, the Warrens. So Ed and Lorraine are played by a they're played by Vera Farmiga, who we might remember her from our Departed
Departed.
podcast. The
She was in
Departed.
also that Bates Motel. She was the
Oh yeah,
mom.
dude. She's the mom in Bates Motel. She's good at horror stuff, man. She's a very good dramatic actor. I think it's her eyes. Man, she's got these like real pensive eyes that
There's
kind of
something
draw you in.
about her because I watched Bates Motel before I saw
Yeah.
her in anything else. And
Yes.
she's so annoying in that.
She is annoying.
So I always am like, but I think she's good.
I think she's good at it. I think that's the point of her character in that one.
She's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah, she's supposed to be, which, you know, she's good at that. But Patrick Wilson plays Ed. And you're right. I mean, they come off as like this basically like husband and wife super team that track down demons and get them out of this world. Now, is that's an interesting storyline to me. The based on the true story thing is what hooked me. Whether that is, I'm sure that's on purpose, but that's what hooked me, man. It was that. This is directed by James Wan. Is it Wan or Wan?
Probably Wan.
He just did Insidious before this.
Oh,
and
that's how he got Patrick.
That's how he got Patrick, because he liked him so much.
It's kind of confusing if you don't know Patrick in Insidious is not Ed.
Right.
That's what I thought when I first watched these, but it's a totally different story.
Exactly.
Insidious might be the scariest movie I've ever seen. At least the first time I saw it, I could not sleep. And I was like 18 too. I was in my bed, like looking around.
I can't do this.
Dude, it was bad. That one's good.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have a feeling it would do something similar to me. So I'm going to pass on it for now. But yeah, Patrick Wilson was the go-to lead for that. So he's like, I got to have this guy here. And Vera Farmiga would only do it if Patrick Wilson was doing it. She goes and spends 3 days with the real Lorraine Warren, trying to study her mannerisms and stuff when they're making the film. It's titled The Warren Files. They're not, they're not calling it The Conjuring. Yeah. Most of these movies go with some kind of working title just to, try to mitigate leaks.
Way better title.
Conjuring's a way better title. We can get into that in a little bit too, but Ron Livingston, I always think of as Berger from Sex and the City.
I didn't watch that,
bro.
Wait, who's Ron Livingston?
That's Roger,
the dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the dad.
Yeah.
That's
what I know him from?
Space Guy.
He's in Band of Brothers.
Oh,
that's what I know him from.
Okay. So he's like, yeah. I mean, he plays that character pretty well. The lady Lily Taylor is really a dramatic actor. I don't think she had done horror before this.
The mom.
Yeah, the mom. But
scary face.
Dude, wow.
Her face. They probably were like, that lady looks scary. Put her in the movie.
The makeup that they had to.
But even without the makeup, like her face was ready to be changed into. I mean, I'm not saying she's ugly, but she's just. Her face is she's got a strong.
It's got some striking features. The best thing about this, from the business angle, they had a $20 million budget.
Damn, Warner Brothers, right?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
This is a huge win for Warner Brothers. $20 million budget, $319 million take in worldwide. Rotten Tomatoes, 86%, A- cinema score. People love this movie.
Yeah.
And I know I can see why. I'm shocked that I haven't seen it. I think it's just because it had that horror tag on it, and I try to steer clear of it if I can. But I am fascinated with the concept, or at least the discussion, of angels and demons and the relevance of their world to ours if they exist. Which I think there's evidence that there is some inexplicable things.
What's interesting, it seems like the demons like to show themselves more. Like the angels, you don't hear a lot of stories about angels being seen.
Well, it depends on who's disseminating the stories, right? And who's controlling the narrative. Because who's delivering the story is what's the medium.
True.
You know,
We also like to be scared as just people. We like to. It's like a
I think it's easier to get a rise out of people by
yeah.
sharing negativity and things that are loud rather than
It's like you can't look away.
yeah, exactly like a car wreck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, glad that's not me.
Dude, I keep seeing
Woo!
these videos of like, for some reason they're like, um, people from New Zealand that are like former Satanists, and they're like, and I saw Jesus Christ, an image of Jesus, and I decided right then. It's a weird like phenomenon.
That is
Keep
weird,
seeing it
man.
pop up on YouTube Shorts. There must
Yeah.
be a big Satanist
Well,
population over there.
I think there is certainly a lot more discussion right now in maybe not pop culture, but maybe, geopolitical circles about secularism and Christianity and all kinds of religions and how we're going to make it work and how that stuff is tying into government or not tying in. And should we have it be a part of government more? Maybe we were better off with it. And I think it's a
Mm,
real weird discussion, but it's way more prominent now than it's ever been. I think there's a few things that have led to it, but there's kind of like a little bit of a religious resurgence right now, which
yeah,
is
for
another
sure.
thing that kind of drew me into this because like, wow, I am seeing, more discussions on this topic. Let's see what 2013 had to say about it. And, God, I watched this and I came away with a like frightening reality. Like, I wouldn't know what the to do if I was
God
in their
forbid.
position.
God forbid.
I wouldn't know what to do, man.
Dude, it's like my worst fear. But
I couldn't imagine having 5 girls because this family has 5 girls and the real family had 5 girls,
yeah.
5 of them. And you move them there for a better life, not knowing any of this stuff, bought it off the bank. And, you move in, everybody's happy. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of work. And then day by day, by day, by day, it gets worse
Yeah.
and worse and worse. And you have no way out. I don't even know
Yeah.
how you would find, you don't even have the internet in the 70s. How do you find these people?
Dude.
How do you find them?
And imagine, this is a little detail, but imagine like if you're a little scared at night, you can just throw on, I'm going to throw on Family Guy or something just to cheer myself up. Not in the 70s. Dude, how much scarier?
Dude,
Like any time before like the 2000s, nighttime,
brother,
the further you go back, how scary is nighttime?
I don't even want to think about it.
Dude, just, oh yeah, I guess I'll light a candle. Like, dude.
Pre-electricity, woo! No, thank you, brother.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and they had electricity, but it was like barely working.
Barely, brother. It's like Rwanda electricity.
Yeah.
Now, where it works every now and again. Behind the scenes stuff on this freaked me out a little bit. The real family shows up on set at least once. The mom sees Bathsheba in the makeup, has like a panic attack.
Oh, I
And
mean,
says,
I
"Oh
don't
my
blame
God,
her. I had a panic attack seeing it.
that's exactly what she looked like."
Oh,
And oh my God.
and that kind of confirms your belief right there. If you're like, what are the odds that they just?
Now, if you follow, legal cases and murder cases and things like that, eyewitnesses are not reliable because, your brain can kind of distort
Now,
things over
one
time.
of the
But still,
daughters that lived
freaky.
there, she wrote a bunch of books about it, and I watched an interview of her. Now, she believes that, so the house has like multiple spirits in it, and Bathsheba is one of many spirits in the house. The movie, because they have to like pick a plot point and stick with that. So the movie picks Bathsheba, and they make the whole movie about that's the demon in this house. The but this daughter who lived there, she felt that Bathsheba was wrongfully accused of witchcraft.
Yeah.
She was never proven to have killed her child in real life. In the movie, they kind of like say she sacrificed her child to
right.
Satan, which is terrifying.
That's
In real life, she had a baby that died, and the townspeople were like, she's a witch. And so if she didn't do it, imagine the trauma of that.
of course.
So in real life, this one daughter, she believes Bathsheba was not a negative entity and that she actually was like kind of loving towards the family. But that's just one daughter. But they still had.
Was it the youngest?
I don't remember which one it is.
Man, they made her look real sympathetic to the spirits.
The one that was talking to the little boy.
Yes.
The one got it bad. That was the one that kept getting her fucked with in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
Getting her blanket pulled. And
yeah. She got her ass beat by Bathsheba.
Yeah. And so that actress, she's the one that had the bruising.
Yes.
And she had a legitimate medical condition, just like in the movie, how the mom's like, it's an iron deficiency or something. In real life, that girl got that actual condition, the iron thing, getting the bruises. And then as soon as they stopped filming, it went away. She was like on prescription for it. And so what is that, dude?
It's the inexplicable.
Yeah.
Dude, Vera Farmiga says that her laptop was slashed 3 times, slashed with 3 claw marks. She later woke up with 3 bruises on her thigh. She started waking up nightly
at
3:07.
Yeah.
The daughter, like you said, inexplicable bruises. Do you continue shooting that if you're involved in this movie? I'd have real questions about it, man.
I think yes, because you got to get through the triumph at the end. Because that's the other cool thing about these movies. They always have a positive spin. So some horror movies like Saw, they usually end and you're like, fuck,
that whole thing sucked.
And you don't get a break. That's what I'm saying. Don't watch 5 of them in a row.
No.
Like Texas Chainsaw, I think, is a similar thing.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of horror movies end negative.
Yes.
But like Disturbia, you get this, it's not really horror, but thriller, and then there's a payoff. Same thing with the Conjuring movies. They usually win, and it's just I think if you're the actress, you got to go through with it, because if not, then you're letting those dark forces win. You're letting them bully you out of telling your message.
True, but then that makes me question the effectiveness of Ed and Lorraine in real life. If they have to film at this house that was the house, then God, what is this?
Okay,
50
but
years
this
later,
story in real life, what actually happened at this Conjuring house, this isn't one of their best cases. So they go and they do perform an exorcism. They claim that the wife in real life did levitate.
Yeah.
And the husband in real life was like, what are you doing to her? And he punched Ed in the face. In real life, this actually happened. And then they left. And I don't think it really got resolved. But they've been involved in other exorcisms that were successful.
Yeah.
And Ed did not ever perform an exorcism, but he's one of the only people in real life that's not a clergy member that was present for an exorcism.
Yeah.
So he does have that claim to fame.
Which is unique, man. I mean, he's the only one.
And the church does not, the way that it's portrayed in the movies where they're kind of like reluctant to come help, I think that's how they are in real life, because they do investigate miracles and they do investigate demonic possession, but they don't want to get labeled as like superstitious.
Sure.
And they take this I mean, they believe in it.
Yeah.
And who knows what they know. They have a library that's got miles of shelves. They probably have from the Library of Alexandria and whatnot. There's the conspiracies behind the Catholic Church are just crazy.
Endless.
So, but it does take a lot to get them. If they come out, it's probably real. So
yeah, I mean, I got to imagine.
And exorcisms do happen.
Yes.
And there are inexplicable miracles that have happened that they document. And it takes a lot for them to approve it. So,
Well, can you imagine how many requests that they get
yeah.
or
So
they've
usually they
gotten
have to
over
be like,
time?
it's probably a raccoon in your attic. We're not coming out there.
We're not doing that. Go, which makes sense. But what a weird, like, how do you think these guys get into this business? How do you
Ed and
say?
Lorraine.
Yeah,
So Ed grew
she's
up in a haunted
clearly
house.
okay.
And he, from a young age, he had dreams from family members visiting him that were dead that he never met, that he never knew. And he had ghost experiences. So he was always into it. He meets Lorraine. I guess she always had like this gift.
This clairvoyant.
I guess no one knows if it's really legit. This is the thing about, if you research into them, it's frustrating because there's no clear answer. A lot of people will be like, they're frauds. They're just doing it for money. But it seemed to me, it seems like they had a legit passion for it and they wanted to make a living. So they made money by writing their story and stuff, which I don't know. I mean, it seems fine to me. It's frustrating because you'll never get a clear answer like, yes, they were frauds or yes, they were legit.
But I mean, they make them out to be in the movie the best of the best.
Yeah, it was a little
At
bit more
this.
tumultuous than that in real life. But
Yeah. Do they have personal struggles going on?
yeah, they had a scandal with this younger girl claimed that Ed got her pregnant and that Lorraine pressured her to get an abortion, which is pretty dark.
Ooh.
And it's confusing because the girl's name is Judith, and their daughter's name is Judy.
I forgot.
So it's confusing.
That is so weird. Well, we won't unpack that too much. The mom, the real mom, when she visited set, broke her hip the same day, swears to God that Bathsheba is still there and it wants to kill her.
So they didn't get her out.
So they did not get her out. But which one of like the behind the scenes stories that we research, which one kind of rattles you the most or would rattle you the most?
Well, the claw marks would be
bro.
terrifying. I mean, you can explain away the other like bruises. Well, maybe I hit my hand or hit my leg in the middle of the night, but claw marks, dude. If I see claw marks, that.
The thing that they were explaining in the movie that I find interesting because I'd heard a story that kind of dovetails this. So I'll explain the movie piece first. They have religious items on the mantle, the fireplace, and they have a couple of crosses. Ed puts out some crosses, sets up trying to set up a I don't know that it would be a trap or just kind of bait, because his advice to the family is, look, you've got a demonic spirit here. We need to get rid of it. And the best way to do that is to get it to come out. And we're going to do that by agitating it. And you'll start noticing that I'm going to put up a bunch of spiritual and religious items of faith. If this place is possessed, you will start seeing those things taken down.
Because they get pissed.
Because they get pissed.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, after he sets it up, those things start coming down, dropping off the mantle, cross falling down on its face. And I had another friend of mine tell me a story this morning about a haunted house around us, an experience that somebody had, where the owner told them, oh, well, you're going to love the house. Anything that you put up on the mantle will be on the floor in the morning, every morning. That's the only thing you need to know. Otherwise, if that's it, could you tell me that you would proceed?
I wouldn't.
Brother,
I'm good.
Not a chance. It is packed enough in my house. I don't need a freaking spirit in there as well, buddy. That kind of stuff freaks me out because it's inexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed in the movie, it's only the religious stuff, and then they start, bashing a lot of the family items and symbols of love and family and faith and things that, hope,
Mm-hmm.
things that we deem positive or, explain it how you want, but you get my point. I just I think that if I was the cast filming while these stories are going on, or while these things are going on, it's helping me at the same time invest more into the story
Mm.
because now I'm feeling the
Yeah.
things
You don't have
that
to act as much. You
I'm not
just
acting
yeah.
anymore.
Did they film at the house, the real house?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so that tree actually legit?
If it's still there, I don't know if a storm took it out or anything, but that's it. I mean, brother, that would
Put a Walmart up, dude.
we always need more.
For
We need
some reason, like these spirits can't. I mean, I don't want to challenge them, but
actually, it would be perfect for that site. A Dollar General.
they're gonna be like, fuck.
Dollar General is gonna be
But
like,
they don't seem to haunt places like that. I'm sure we can find stories.
I mean,
I've heard stories of grocery stores and stuff, but if you put like a really modern building, it doesn't seem like they haunt that kind of stuff as much.
no, I mean, then you're talking like only time that's like Indian burial stuff,
Yeah.
which is a whole other thing. But again, like those cultures believed in spirits. The cultures, I would say just about every culture before modern day culture today. Modern day Western culture, every culture that we have on record has some
Yeah.
kind of either higher power or not alternate universe, but a
Hidden.
spiritual
Yeah.
world behind a veil that we cannot access, but
Yeah.
they can access us or use us as vessels.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so against that idea? Is it because it's our brains couldn't handle it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Cause it's like, yeah, that is the standard. There's still obviously so many people out there that are spiritual, do believe in this kind of stuff, but it's like the standard model of reality and conversation. Like, oh, you're kind of crazy if you believe that stuff.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But it's almost like 50-50 people that do or don't.
I think it is about 50-50 people that believe in ghosts or believe in haunted elements and those that refuse to believe it. And I think some people that refuse to believe it just don't have the patience
Yeah.
to be like, yeah, man,
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
hear
is.
you. It's like I got too much other going on. I don't want to even think about it. But I think about shit. What I fortunately have never been in an instance like this. I have been in houses that, just by nature of selling them, every now and again, you're going to go into one that has a weird energy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
you
do you
can't,
ever go in? Like, there's got to be a lot of times where you're just by yourself at night, right?
brother, I can tell you there's been a few times where I've been by myself at night. Um, there's been honestly some of the scariest stuff that I've been in. There's probably a couple that have been at night that have been terrifying, and I am in and out of there super quick.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been probably like 3 or 4 that I've gone into where you can feel when you enter the space, either the air is thicker
Mm-hmm.
or it's got maybe not it doesn't even have to have that like old dingy grandma musty smell or anything like that. It's just you can feel a presence of something else
Yeah.
there, and it's hard to describe. It's one of those things that you know it when you feel it.
Yeah.
And
Well, because old doesn't necessarily mean haunted.
no, no, old
Um,
in character and all that stuff. That's great. I mean, dude, the creaky stairs and stuff like that don't really bother me. But what does bother me that has happened a few times is like lights flickering or um I'm sitting in an empty house and radiators start going dung, dung, dung.
mm-hmm.
Hello?
You've had that where you say hello?
Hello?
You've had that happen?
Yes.
Oh.
It's terrifying.
I've never had it happen where I go, anyone there? And no one responds.
Oh.
I've had one kind of a ghost experience. It wasn't really scary though.
Okay.
But
you were telling me that my little brother says
okay.
that we had a ghost in our house growing up.
Well, it wasn't technically wasn't in the house. He says so. Griffin's room, Shane's little brother, was in the basement. He had the whole basement to himself. I was gonna see if he would call in for this, but he didn't respond. So he said he woke up in the middle of the night. In his basement room, there was a window.
Yep.
That was what do you call those windows?
It's a egress window.
Yeah.
To get out of a basement. So it's like a window well.
Yep.
And it's big enough for you to slide the window and firefighter to get in and out. And
yeah.
Carry a body.
So okay. So like somebody could like hop down there if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And we used to sneak people in and out of there all the time. It was perfect, dude. So I actually got caught by your mom a couple times.
Sorry, Coco.
But he said he woke up. It's not going to be the best story. He woke up, turned over, looked at that window. It's right next to his bed.
Yeah.
And he saw a face, a floating face, like kind of translucent, old lady.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure he just sprinted upstairs. Yeah, dude. I don't know how he slept down there again, but he
did. I wouldn't have, to be honest with you.
I would have at least taken a week or so.
I am out at that point.
Like, well, and by that time, you probably were at Maryland.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
He could have just gone and slept up in your room.
Because guess what? That was my room.
Oh, that was your room
for a while.
Okay.
Never had a instance like that, but I will say, even to this day, I still do a stupid ass thing where if all the lights in the basement, except for the top stairwell, are off, I will sprint up the stairs.
Yeah. Dude, does anyone not do that? Does anyone not do that?
If you don't, you're weird. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm always.
If you don't, you might be.
Something is coming after me.
They need to call Delta Force if you don't. If you just walk up. I've done it before. Like, I did it one time, like walking up the steps, and I was like, I'm gonna walk. I was like, fuck any spirit that's
no.
And by the halfway point, I was like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a little.
And then I stop and look, but I'm always terrified. I mean, dude, imagine you did see something and you turn around.
Oh, I've seen stuff before. The question is,
was it your mind playing tricks?
Exactly. Am I playing tricks on myself because I'm anticipating?
Have you seen any faces or just like figure? Because a figure, like a dark figure, could be anything. Right. Shadows. If you see a face, although our brains are really good at making faces out of nothing.
Well, there has been times where, and it also, I think it depends on your state of mind and if you're going out looking for stuff too.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of supposed haunted locations around Davidsonville.
Mm-hmm.
And
Crybaby Bridge.
And so buddies of mine and I had some friends that lived in Davidsonville. We would hang out, drive around sometimes at night, trying to go to parties, do shit that high school kids do. And one of my buddies was real into horror and spooky shit and all that. So he thought it was a good time to drive over Crybaby Bridge and all the and look for
the spirit,
the ghosts and stuff. Now we did not see that, but I do recall seeing something in the road.
Ooh.
That you can see it 1 second, it's not there the next. That's just, is it something that I'm convincing myself in that moment I saw because I'm looking for like, don't make me do this, man. But
that one,
I'm on the lookout for it.
what you're supposed to do at that one is you're supposed to drive there, park your car, and then you're supposed to wait, and you'll hear like singing or something. That's the urban legend. I've never done that, but dude, have you been there recently, like within the past 10 years?
No.
Okay. So I went in high school and we started walk because they blocked it off because of all the what do you call it? When the road caves in, sinkhole.
Oh my God.
There's sinkholes in Davidsonville like every other day.
Oh yeah.
Now that road is blocked off. As far as I know, you can't go over that bridge anymore. At least you can't go the one way in, and it's a one-way bridge. So if somebody's on the other side, you gotta wait. So now if you go, it's way scarier because you can't drive. You have to park at these concrete blocks and you have to walk in the pitch black Davidsonville woods. Davidsonville has like no streetlights.
None.
Dude, you got to walk down. So I went in high school with me and my friend and 2 girls, and we started walking and then we turned around and walked back because we were too scared. We acted like we weren't scared. Like, this is dumb. Let's turn back. No, we were all terrified.
Terrified, dude.
It's so dark, you can't see anything. We didn't make it to the bridge, but imagine making it to the bridge. And I went again with Casey. We pulled up to the blocks. We didn't even get out. We just looked at it and we're like, yeah, fuck that. We're not going.
No thanks.
And here's the other thing. If you go looking for this stuff, I mean, God forbid you see some demonic or...
Oh, my God.
But another thing, even more in real life, running into a real person down there is almost worse because then... Yeah. What are they doing there?
What the f*** are they doing there?
Yeah, that's really the worst thing that could happen. But so the basement thing, that we can bring that into the scariest scene.
That has to be. Well, dude. There's a few. I mean, there's quite a few scary scenes in here. Which one sticks out to you the most? Is it the basement scene with the levitating?
What? No.
The
clap.
Oh, the
because that's the fear that we all have.
Yes.
Running up the stairs. And you always get up. You always get up the stairs. But she didn't. And the door slams. And then the worst nightmare, the lights go out. Oh. And then what do you do? So what do you do once the clap happens? Because then you're just stuck down there.
Bro, I thought about this the second I watched this. I said, first off, she goes to the top of the steps.
Yep.
She is banging on that door trying to get the out of there. It's locked. It's not, and she didn't lock it. It's the spirit's locked.
Yeah.
And the husband finally hears it, rushing inside, trying to open the door. It won't work. And that hands, seeing the hands come up next to her head from darkness and clap. You hear her scream. I almost screamed. This was at like 11 o'clock at night on like a Wednesday when I'm watching this and my family is sleeping. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's screaming her head off. And I'm like, what the would I do? Honestly, I would revert to like a child. And I think I would just scream as loud as I can and close my eyes and hope that it goes away until I don't know.
Or do you run down the steps?
I'm not running.
Go. Like, you don't think you're going to do that?
No, I'm getting at that point, they're probably like, okay. And she zooms some scissors over to my throat.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. What was kind of far-fetched was when the demon, she's like, you're all going to die. And then it shoots the shotgun, remember?
Yeah.
That's a little too much, but
like, as far as top creepy sounds to hear, a drawer is probably like third. I'm going to say a door is first.
Creaking door.
A creaking door is a hard pass for me. I'm going to say that now.
Well, and that's the worst thing too, because that happens all the time, like doors closing on their own because of drafts and stuff. It's not even paranormal. It can be.
So it's doors, floors, and then it gets into cabinets and drawers. You start getting that
Slim
creaking, That's a brother.
Dolls, flaws,
We're
and
talking spirits now, and Daddy's got to have a séance because that ain't happening in my house. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy
I say that
Spirit.
non-ironically, because I don't. This is not
No, I don't play with this
penetrating
stuff.
yeah. I had one other ghost experience. I'll tell this really quick because I know we're getting off track. We had this little window seat in the sunroom. It has like a pad on it, and my girlfriend at the time dropped me off. I go in there, and I took a nap on this little window seat, and I'm facing out. It has like windows out into the backyard. I'm facing the backyard. Fall asleep for like 10 minutes, and I feel someone tap my back, like just tap me, like a press, like pull out your hand real quick. I'll show you the pressure. It was like this amount of pressure.
Oh, wow.
Just a push, that much. Not like really hard, nothing scary.
No,
just a push. And I thought in my head she had come back, like she forgot something, whatever. So I turn around, no one there. And I just was like, mouth open. And I'm like, this is it. This is my experience. So those are the two things that have had happen. But my grandfather did die in the house, and I didn't feel scared for that first one, for the window seat one. The drawer one, I felt scared.
Drawer, I'd be terrified. Maybe it was your grandfather making sure you didn't fall asleep and fall off the bay window. I don't know.
You could have just been saying hi. I don't know. I've had, it didn't feel scary, that one. Yeah. And I don't with this shit. I don't want ghost experiences.
No.
So I'm not looking for it.
Well, do you have a theory on either purgatory or why spirits would exist? Why wouldn't they be
ghosts
in heaven or hell, or
I like
the destination should be?
I like why
are they here?
Typical explanation, and it is like the Catholic explanation of ghosts, like they believe in ghosts, is that it is basically purgatory.
Yeah.
And for some reason they've been allowed to interact with us. It's, if you're a super like at peace person when you die and everything's fulfilled in your life, you're not going to stick around.
Right.
You'll be gone. I like that normal explanation of it's like unfinished business. They can't let go. They didn't want to let go when they died. So they're still repeating the pattern. Maybe they don't know they're dead, like the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Or it is some sort of purgatory. Or maybe in that case, it could just be someone saying hello. I mean, that's the nicest version of it.
Yeah. That's and there are certainly stories of, not to sound corny, but friendly ghosts and things like that. There's accounts that are pleasant. It's not always something evil. But yeah, I am curious what gets you in purgatory. And I think unfinished business is probably part of it. But then you'd have to believe that you'd have to have a case where God would allow you to mess with the human world, mess with his project, Well, and I don't know what his conditions would be for that.
I don't know if the purgatory is ever, I don't think it mentions it in the Bible. Not that that's the only place you can get the truth from, but I think purgatory is a Catholic thing. It's a Catholic idea, not in the Bible, I'm pretty sure.
So maybe you would have to be Catholic in order to be in purgatory.
I don't know. That would be interesting. I feel like your religion actually determines your...
Well, I think it depends on what you believe in. Yeah.
But it'd be funny if the afterlife is like, well, you're Indian, so you're going to Nirvana. You can't come to heaven. Heaven's real and Nirvana's real,
but it looks so cool.
Sorry, you're in Nirvana.
All right, it's next door.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Can I visit?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be sick. What if that was the thing? Like every heaven that everybody believed
in? It could be, because
it very well might be. Who knows?
It could be. It could be all based on your reality.
Right.
What you form in your brain.
Well, that's how we kind of explained it to our kids. It's like, heaven is different for everybody, but I'm
trying to see what he already knows.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to say, like, I'll say God and I'll say Jesus, but I'll just say, yeah, God did this. And then I wait and see if he's like, I know God. I'm waiting for one of those, but he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a reincarnation kind of thing to happen.
Be interesting, man. What did you think about the and I don't know if have you ever encountered sleepwalking before?
Dude, I sleptwalked my whole childhood
Stop it.
and I had sleep paralysis for years.
Okay.
Yep.
Explain.
Okay. Sleepwalking first, not that crazy. When I was a kid, a couple times I sleptwalked all the time, and I would walk into my parents' room. I would always have something to tell them really important, and I'd wake up in the middle of it and I'd be like, no, wait. And they're like, it's okay, go back to bed. And I'm like, no, but I really had to tell you. And I couldn't ever remember it. But the scary ones were when I was really little, like 5 or 6 or something. I woke up in the basement and my parents didn't know where they woke up, went in my room. I wasn't there. And they're like, oh my God, he's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm in the basement. I didn't remember that because I was still asleep. But I do remember when a little bit older, I did the same thing, but I woke up at night and I saw the moon. And I was like, what? And in our living room, we had skylights.
Yep.
So I'm like, why do I see the moon? And then I look around, I'm like, I'm in the living room, but it's like 3 a.m. or something. So that one was the only scary one. The rest of them were you're just moving around.
Did they ever give you like a what caused it?
No, but my cousin, similar, he talks in his sleep.
Do you have to have like a disposition for it? Or is it like a genealogy?
I think it is. Some people are more like susceptible to it because my cousin has it and my aunt. So a few people in my family have it a lot. But the sleep paralysis sucks. I haven't had it in a while. Knock on wood.
What is that? You just can't move?
Yeah. So you wake up.
That's usually me when I sleep. I'm a rock.
So it's that your body is asleep, but you are conscious. So you wake up and your body, everyone's body does this at night, paralyzes itself.
Yeah.
So that you don't act out your dreams. That's the theory. That's why you do it. But it's when you wake up and you can move your eyes, you can look around. For me, I think usually my eyes are closed, but a lot of times I'll dream my surroundings.
Yeah.
So I'll think my eyes are open. I've only had one like creepy demonic experience during it. A lot of people have a presence on top of them. Yeah, very common. You wake up, you have something pushing you into the bed, and sometimes it's like a demon type figure.
What?
Some people even see like the same guy. Yeah. Dude, look into that.
Wow.
The Hat Man, look into that. But I've never had that. Actually, I had one. But so like my cousin, he had one where he woke up, couldn't move, saw something like in the corner, and he's like falls back asleep, wakes up, nothing there. Hand comes up from under the bed, goes like this, tries to fight, wake up, falls back asleep. Third one, wakes up. This is all the same night. Wakes up, it's on top of him. And it's like this figure, no face. It's like a Slender Man type thing.
Yeah.
Dude. So mine are usually just I can't move. And I don't have any presence or anything. I had one where I woke up and I had a witch behind me. And so this was more of a dream though. Sometimes you wake up and you actually see it. The one I had, it wasn't like in my room, it was a dream. But I wake up and in the dream, there's a witch behind me and it's like, we're going to drag you to hell.
Oh,
dude, it was terrible, terrible.
Oh my God.
Dude, I've had some fucked up dreams that are related to this stuff.
Do you think that maybe those visions are your dreams that are because you're kind of paralyzed, for lack of a better word? Those dreams and in your subconscious, or I guess they come out into your consciousness as a vision, I guess. I don't know how to explain that.
Okay, I think the majority of these things that happen at night are straight up just dreams.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between just a dream that's your brain making it, and then there's sometimes you tap into a different reality behind the veil.
Yeah.
Like my cousin's thing, I think that was probably just a nightmare. My thing with the witch, that was just a nightmare. Because I've had ones that are, it's not a nightmare. It was like something real. We can get into that later. But yeah, I think it's usually just a dream. I figured I fixed my sleep paralysis. It happened senior year going into college, started with like senior week, and I was super sleep deprived. We were just drinking and sleeping like an hour a night.
Yeah.
And I had it falling asleep. As you're falling asleep, you feel your body start to go limp, and then you're like waking yourself up. And then that started it. And then in college freshman year with lacrosse and everything, staying up, studying, waking up at 5 a.m. That's what was causing it. And I figured out you get it more when you lay on your back.
Yep.
And there is a quick fix if you ever have it. You go like this with your face. I'm serious. So you can't move your body, but you can move your eyes and your face.
Yeah.
So what people will tell you to do is move your fingers until they wake up everything else, but that doesn't always work. If you do this, it like sends a jolt through your whole body and then you wake up.
Yeah.
It'll work the first time.
Damn.
The second time it might not work. But
now, how do you think you would have reacted if you were sleepwalking and you encountered a Bathsheba on your wardrobe?
So now the sleepwalking, I was always unconscious. I never remembered it.
Yeah.
Now, I think in the movie where she gets possessed and it throws up in her mouth, that's the scariest scene to me.
Oh my God, it's disgusting.
Because the face is terrifying.
The face is awful.
I was watching a video earlier and I saw that thing and I was like, oh,
it's
dude,
disgusting.
And
but they when they saw that, the family saw that face on set, they were like, oh my God, that's it. That's terrifying. We gotta get out of here.
These Conjuring movies, that's what they do so well, is they're able to make these faces that you never forget. And you got to watch the other ones. The 2 is worse.
No.
2, the trail, I don't even know if it's the trailer. Like when you go on HBO Max
and
it starts playing like a little clip, not the trailer, but a little clip from the movie. That had me already scared. Wait till you see The Nun. The Nun is the worst one, dude. The Nun.
We're just gonna keep scaring ourselves. Dude, that was terrifying. The wardrobe scene.
Oh, she was on top.
Yeah. When she's on top and she attacks the one. Oh my God, the other one that was trying to help. The one that was getting her.
Now, okay, if you see that, you're gonna fight back. I know you're gonna fight back if you see that.
A Bathsheba. I'm gonna try and swing and
hit or do you just run?
I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and I'm scared to death.
But you're fighting. Yeah.
I have to fight it.
Yeah.
And it's probably something that I can't fight because it's a demon. And while it's weird too. I mean, it's not meant for me to understand, I guess. But how did these things go from spirit to
like physical being,
to a physical being, and how you feel the physical being, where if that thing was to jump on me and I'm falling down to the ground because of its weight, because it is a physical thing, then I'm on the ground screaming. If I'm swinging, am I hitting an actual physical thing, or am I just?
Well, and that's when in the movie they run up into the room and then she's flailing on the ground, but there's nothing on top.
Right. Exactly.
But I feel like that's where the movies differ from reality, where I think these possessions and the ghost stories, there is some truth to them, but I don't know that maybe they see a face like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they see the face and then they see the like jumping off of the wardrobe and then fighting them. I don't know if that happens.
I don't know. I would hope not.
I really hope, because
Jesus Christ, terrifying, bro. And then we have the climax, hubba hubba.
Yeah.
We got the levitating.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So you looked at a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. So if you covered anything on that scene already, feel free to just tell me to shut up. But that was like watching that freak me the out. And then reading in there that no, that actually happened. Like
They said she did levitate.
The levitating thing was legit. I don't know, man. That freaks me the out. But they said it wasn't in real life. It was not an exorcism.
Because he can't perform an exorcism.
Right.
You have to have a priest.
Correct.
In the movie, he went ahead and did it.
Yeah. That was a little
inaccurate, but
yeah, it's not accurate. So the real case, the Perrons live in this house from 71 to 80, 1971, 1980. Cute little farmhouse, Harrisville, Rhode Island, probably no bigger than Anne Arundel County. And Carolyn is the mother. She's the one targeted the most. It's a family of 7. Father, mother, 5 daughters.
And apparently the Bathsheba liked the dad, right?
Allegedly.
She wanted to get with him.
Oh my God. Sherman is the person they're basing Bathsheba off of.
Yeah.
Born in 1812.
Different. If you don't want to be accused of a witch, don't be named Bathsheba.
Honest to God, y'all. What do you call her for short? Sheba? Yeah. Hey, Sheba.
Sheba's not that bad.
That's not too bad.
Do you know the original Bathsheba?
That's a wild name.
Do you know the original?
Is it biblical?
Yeah. It's the woman that got King David, to cheat. Or he sent his friend who was married to Bathsheba. She was like bathing on the roof and she was like, oh, like and he was like, I gotta get me some of that. So he sends his friend to the front lines. He's like, good luck, bro. And to get him killed so that he can
that's right.
swoop in and bang her.
Bathsheba, which is one of the most evil things you can do.
Pretty bad, man.
That's pretty bad. And so our Bathsheba, she has rumors of witchcraft after this baby died, like you had already pointed out. The baby apparently died of a sewing needle wound. So
okay, that's real.
So yeah, the baby thing is real. So the baby died of a sewing needle wound. Bathsheba was acquitted. She died in 1885, and folklore is that she cursed the land. Carolyn once got a puncture wound that she thought
was a needle,
like a sewing needle.
And then, was there any truth to the? Remember the little boy spirit and then the other mom who was like, she made me do it.
Oh yeah.
Was there any truth to that?
Let me see what else I found in here. So the Warrens held a seance, not an exorcism. Andrea did see her mom levitate, speak in another voice that I assume is probably Latin. Roger, like you said, stopped it and kicked the Warrens out. But I had no idea they socked Ed.
Yeah, he socked Ed. I was kind of waiting for it to happen in the movie because I hadn't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
And they kind of set it up like Ed's fixing his car, and they're like, "We feel a lot safer with you here."
Yeah, and Roger's like, "God damn, what am I, chopped liver? Shit, out here trucking 12 days a week, trying to feed your fat asses." Well, shows you the appreciation level they have. Gosh, sometimes the Perrons in real life endured this until 1980 when Carolyn just told Roger, like, I can't survive another winter here. Just can't do it. It's gonna kill me. So they moved. The activity on them ceased. There's skeptics on the story. There's another owner that had it after them that only reported like mild oddities, not that much. One of the daughters, I think, said, well, the movie's like 95% fiction, but like 5% is original.
Mm-hmm.
Which, so kind of take it with a grain of salt, but still, there's enough here to warrant further exploration of this topic on the spirit world and all that shit. But people did think that the Bathsheba character is unfairly demonized at the time. It's kind of, we'll have an episode on this either tomorrow or probably the next day on a similar story in Maryland that was from earlier than that, probably 200 years, maybe 300 years ago, where we have a kind of a offbeat subject. This lady, Maul Dyer,
Mm-hmm.
and she's into herbal remedies and stuff that, it's beyond the typical Christian religion practices and things like that. And so she gets, legend has it, she's unfairly maligned. The townspeople burn her cabin down. She runs out in the woods, dies, but before she dies, she curses the land around Leonardtown. And as more and more historians have kind of researched the tale, they can't find any records of this person, Maul Dyer, but they find records of a person very similar to this character that they're describing in these legends, who was around the same time, as the same capabilities, similar name, and
Mary Dyer, right?
yeah, Mary Dyer. And they say, well, this was going on around the same time as the Salem witch trials. There's a lot of kind of, this is basically settler life for them. This is pilgrimage, and there's skepticism, man. Anytime you're different. So they still commemorate Maul Dyer, the legend of it, at least to this day in Leonardtown, more as not as a celebration of witchcraft or anything along those
Just
lines.
the history. And
yeah, it's the history of it, because it's an interesting story, but it also can be a reminder of how we can be real quick to jump to conclusions. We don't have open minds sometimes, and sometimes we can let fear kind of run us as a collective, and we get that mob mentality. And it sounds like old Bathsheba here could have potentially fallen into a category like that.
yeah, but
But
that puncture wound is kind of
that puncture wound
sus.
is very sus, and I gotta be honest, it's a great cinematic villain. So
Oh my god.
I kind of lean more towards, Bathsheba's an evil all right,
Yeah. She was doomed with that name.
Oh, you can't be like, oh, well, I went to church with Bathsheba. Well, hold on now. Hold up. So this movie was actually in development for like 14 years.
Really?
There was a 2009 bidding war, and Summit Studios won the deal. The deal collapsed, and then New Line and Warner Brothers scooped it up. We already talked a little bit about budget. $20 million budget, 319 million. That might be like best ROI that we've had on the pod so far. They are the biggest horror franchise now, the Conjuring.
And I think the best.
I think so too, and I think it's because of how Wan produces it. I think he doesn't like the stuff that we kind of talked about earlier, the gory stuff. That's not his style. He doesn't want to do a lot of effects on stuff.
Yeah.
He wants it to feel real.
The tension is amazing
natural.
too.
Yes.
He's really good at they are scary. They're hard to watch sometimes, but he does build in some relief every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
So that you can make it through it. I mean, I don't know. If you want to go hardcore and not be like that, then these probably aren't for you. But
right. Well, but at the same time, like, he does something interesting where he brings in real actors to a pretty unique genre. And I think there's more there's more of an appetite for it now than there's been in quite some time because I think some other people have seen a performance like this, or they've seen other people do, some of these bigger actors in recent years have done more thriller types, more stuff that kind of explores this element. I mean,
Mhm.
think about like the True Detective stuff. Think about, there are elements of that have been tapped into that are very similar to this, and
Mhm.
this I don't know that it jumpstarts that stuff, but they made they now have 8 films in this universe, $2.1 billion in
Mm.
gross revenue from all these movies. They fast tracked like, as soon as this came out, they fast tracked Annabelle. They said, "Well, we're gonna get that out. That's an
'Cause
easy one."
Annabelle was in this one, right?
Yeah, well,
In the
that's the thing.
chair
They
and
kinda he kinda soft launches it,
yep.
but first, because that's the opening scene to this movie is Annabelle,
You haven't
and
seen Annabelle yet.
no, I haven't seen Annabelle. And I have a oh my god, I got a sweet cousin named Annabelle, this poor thing. She's, like, in middle school when that movie comes out, and she's like, "God damn it."
Oh, that sucks. It's like being named Karen, like,
Yeah, it's like, you're like, "Yeah, I can't fucked. I didn't do this to myself."
you could
But
switch to Annie.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could, but she's championed through it, man. She's a trooper. So, but they make this universe, but I think it's because of it's not so detached from reality like some of the other stuff. It's not so sci-fi that it feels like, okay, this is beyond the realm of possibility.
Mhm.
He leaves just enough in there for you to believe maybe.
Yeah.
And that's all you need in order to put yourself in the actor's shoes and, you know, live the story and scare yourself and hopefully find a way to champion through
I
it.
think they do all have a weakness, all of these movies, and you'll see when you start watching all of them.
Yeah.
The ending is always a problem because the best part of these movies is the build up. You start off, everything's normal.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a creepy thing. Why are the clocks at 3:07 every day?
That's a little weird.
Whatever. Go to sleep. But the build up and then the first scare, the first jump scare, the first like disturbing face, they have trouble tying it all together because you have to have this confrontation and then it gets if you make it too realistic, it's not going to be entertaining enough. So they have to go a little over the top. I think the first one might have the best ending because she's like just crawling through
Yeah.
the floorboards, but some of them get like really supernatural to where it's like breaking the laws of physics and like
Gotcha.
and then it's also like you're physically fighting like a demon and then it some in some ways it takes away from it because the scariest part is like you don't know if this thing is real or not
Right.
or physical or not. That's the weakness I think they have. It's hard for them to tie it up at the end.
I will yeah. I mean, I feel like that's probably the hardest thing in most of the horror films
Maybe just all
because,
movies.
well, I mean, yeah, all movies need to wrap up in a way that satisfies the audience, and
Yeah.
sometimes I would say more often than not, the audience probably leaves wanting a little something more, but it depends on where is this movie? Is this movie's the beginning of a universe too? Because then you're gonna obviously have
Yeah.
open-ended questions to stuff that you're gonna be like, okay, well, now I gotta come back for more answers. But they do in this one, they do have a a pretty damn good finale scene. Um, I can't remember exactly I can't remember the final shot before credits, so I can't remember the exact, thing. I think it's pictures of the real Ed and
Hmm.
Lorraine and, talking about their story and, how this case either propelled them, or what they went on to do after it. But, um, I don't know. It's kinda like almost like documentary
Hmm.
style, which makes you, kinda believe it a little more, I guess, because of the way that they present it. But um, they have some pretty interesting themes in the movie. Um, we have the family theme. So you have the parents. I mean, they feel like a pretty real family. playful games, warmth. God, dude, 5 girls under one roof has got to be crazy. I mean, I don't know. Roger's gonna be driving a long time, brother. I'm sorry, Raj. Um, but I think they do a pretty good job of connecting you with the girls and the family life so that you can be like, a little bit more hurt by the attacks from the spirits. I think they do a good job with that. And they bring in a faith element to it with the Catholic stuff and the Christian ideology, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and all that. They don't do it over the top though. They're pretty they're pretty balanced with it. It's not angels and demons. You know what I mean? They don't have Tom Hanks there giving you. Well, in 1412, actually, the Meister, he said, there shall be light. Like, no,
The Meister.
I'm making up shit, dude. But that's that's your Tom Hanks impression on angels and demons. I just don't understand that. Like, I actually loved that book when it came out, and then when I
Did
saw
you
the
read
movie,
it?
yeah, I read it. Now,
Da Vinci Code was first, right? That one was good.
Da Vinci Code was good. Angels and Demons, I enjoyed at the time. It's got some holes in it, looking back on it, but like, I thought they were fun reads and stuff like that. But this movie is not like that. They don't go way over the top into the ideology of stuff. They're very matter of fact and frank about it to the point where I feel like it's an easier sell to
the layperson.
Yeah, it's an easier sell to a layperson. It's also an easier sell to the customer, victim, or whatever you want to call the parents. Because you think about it, you're like, all right, yeah, you put yourself in the parent shoes. Like, yeah, there's some weird shit going on here. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm having we need help clearly, and this is beyond something that we can control. So now we have to bring in an element of the unknown here, and you're the only people that we can find that are close enough to handle this.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like watching this, because I grew up Christian and Catholic. I wonder what it's like watching it if you're like Jewish or Muslim, or
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know that.
like, what are their thoughts on
I'd
this
be
kind of
curious
stuff?
what their takes is on all the Christian stuff.
I mean, they're all 3 of those religions come from the same origin. So
Correct.
they still have this, they believe in demons and angels and even Jesus. I mean, the Muslims still believe in Jesus. They just don't believe in that he's the son of God, I don't
Correct.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be interested to see how you watch that if you're not a Christian, like how it affects you. Or
Yeah, I mean, I think that whenever I watch movies, documentaries, television shows, that I'm always curious about religious elements and what the different ideologies bring to the table and how they would figure out. So that is a good question, man. I'm probably more partial to it because I am Christian and I can relate to some of the stuff just from CDC class and all that stuff.
It's also interesting that it's a like major Hollywood film, and they're kind of promoting Christianity.
Yeah, which is weird. You don't see that.
Not really. Seems like Hollywood is kind of anti.
It seems like it these days.
I've seen people say, like really hardcore Christians say that even these movies, even though they're kind of winning in the end, that these are not good, and they're kind of like, they're almost like vessels for demons to get into the real world by portraying them in movies, and that you shouldn't even watch them. Some people say that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably an argument for that if you believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it's.
Are you inviting it into your life by?
Yeah.
If you get, I mean, if you watch it once, no, but if you watch it and you talk about it and do a podcast on it,
Maybe. I don't know, man. I mean, I think all that it's moderation, isn't it? Like anything else. If it's something that you fixate on, then yeah, of course you'll introduce that stuff into your life. But the one thing I do have like an unanswerable question: the trauma that Lorraine is described to have had in this movie from a previous encounter. I don't fully understand what that was because they show the clips of it and stuff like that. Uh, they're trying to have essentially an exorcism on this guy. It goes wrong. He like attacks her during the exorcism, and she can see see a demon maybe, and it scares her. I don't know exactly what happened, and then in the movie they don't really like expound on it. But the whole time I'm like, since you brought it up, I'd like to know what the hell
Well, I
happened.
think part of it is to leave the mystery because Ed explains it to the husband,
right?
And he's like, she saw something, and
I don't ask her what.
Yeah, he's like, I won't ask her what it is.
Yeah, but as an audience member,
You're like, what did she see?
Ask her. I'm trying to see, what did she see? Because it'll help. That's the only thing that would help me. Now they do a good job at other points in the movie of showing her having visions and she said to be clairvoyant, which I don't know the exact definition, but I assume it means that you can see things that others can't. Maybe it means you have access to a spirit world. I don't know. That's the only thing that they really they touch on it, and I left wanting more on that story. Because I appreciate more background, and I don't know if they cover it in any of the other films.
Maybe not specifically, but the most recent one, she has something happen that affects her in the future. Okay. Yeah, the most recent one, which apparently is the last one, they're not going to do anymore. It's called Last Rites. That one's scarier. At least for me, it was.
I've seen the previews for that. It looks like I don't want to watch it.
It was scary. We saw that one in theaters. Now I watched Conjuring, the original one. The first time I watched it with like 10 of my friends.
Yeah.
And so it's never, a movie's not scary when you watch it with 10 guys.
Not with 10 guys.
Because you're going to be sitting there just shitting on it and making fun of every little detail. And it's hilarious. And that actually, if you are really scared of a movie and you need to like reverse it,
then
do
that's
that.
What you do.
Yeah.
Do that. Because if you watch it by yourself, I promise you, you'll be scared.
You could even watch it with your 10 buddies and then watch it by yourself that night and you'll get scared.
Yeah. You have backup now.
Yeah. But recently when I watched it again, I was like at the gym on the bike looking at an iPad. It's not as scary as like alone in your house, or in theaters is also really scary.
It's got to be terrifying.
Especially at Arundel Mills. Like there was
Arundel Mills, late at night, dark theater. I'm scared out of my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always like going to Arundel Mills. I never had it.
I love Arundel Mills. Usually I'm not scared, but there was a cop coming in and out and he was like, I'm just looking over my shoulder, like, what's the is going on? And this was like all the Charlie Kirk just happened, all these shootings.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried at all to go there. It's my favorite movie theater. But with all the shootings, I'm just like, is there going to be a shooting?
It's sad that that's something that we have to actually be concerned about.
I know, it's fucked up.
Who has the best performance in this movie for you?
I'm a big fan of Ed and his actor.
Yeah. I thought he was great, man. I think it's between him and Vera.
I guess. Oh, you wouldn't say the wife? What's her name?
Oh, Lily Taylor. What's the characters? Carolyn Perron. And I thought she did play that part really well. That's where I think it's so critical to have like real dramatic actors in it, because that role, somebody else in that role that's not as sophisticated, gives you like your classic horror movie. Where most horror movies it's like the way that they're going to hook you in is we're going to sell sex, we're going to sell
none of that in this one.
Maybe some that you're not supposed to be doing, drugs, violence, whatever, and then we're gonna show retribution for these bad actors through another bad actor, Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of thing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's nice to not get that in this one. But because I don't know, I just think it makes it resonate a little bit more having somebody that's got the power to make
Mm-hmm.
that character likable and also like feel her journey with her. Yeah, I mean, I would say my favorite performance probably is Ed.
Yeah.
I think Vera has some pretty awesome moments. I liked seeing her visions, and I I wanted well, I don't know that I wanted more of it because there's some scary faces in there,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked seeing her tap into that skill,
Mm-hmm.
or that gift that she has. Um, but Ed was like the steady rock
Mm-hmm.
throughout it, which you're gonna need that in times of chaos, which is exactly what this was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think I go with that. Best line?
Oh, best line. Maybe that affects me the most is just when she calls out Bathsheba
Oh,
and she turns her head over.
yeah.
Um, I think what's the one you have written down?
Uh,
Dude, how does he go from seeing his wife like that and then they're like, "All right, demons out of you. All right, I'll sleep in bed with her tonight, I guess."
not doing that.
No way. No way. They got divorced in real life.
Did they really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I mean, it's hard to survive that, dude.
I mean, I don't think she turned into Bathsheba in real life, but still, how do you just go from you can tell he's like, "Oh my god," when she's like spitting up blood and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I mean, the worst thing is just
That's a real conundrum, dude. You
oh, what did happen, he did wake up in the middle of the night, turn over and see her wait, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up Amityville.
okay.
They were at every haunted place ever.
The,
In the Amityville house, the dad woke up and saw the wife, and her face turned into like a hag, like Bathsheba. Yeah,
ugh. Ugh.
it'd be hard to sleep next to somebody after that.
Yeah, that's a tough play, man. So the Warrens have been at basically like every haunted place,
A
or
lot of
a,
them.
a ton of
The first one, their real life first story was Annabelle. And dude, the Annabelle doll, did you hear?
them. No.
This guy. So both the Warrens have passed away. They have this museum, just like in the movie.
Yep.
It's a real thing in their house.
Yep.
This paranormal investigator guy, he, for some reason, was transporting the doll to another location. You want to guess what happened to him?
Well, he's dead.
He's dead. I mean, rest in peace. Not laughing at that, but
Wow.
dude, he he took the doll, and I think he stayed in a hotel room with the doll.
Oh,
Dude, leave it in your car.
brother. Let it drive away if it wants to. You don't take that in with you.
Look at the sign. Positively do not open. He opened it. I mean, what are the odds? He had a heart attack, something like that.
Yeah.
But he probably had a heart attack because he looked in the corner and the doll was fucking
Oh,
doing the Dougie in the corner.
1,000%. 1,000%, dude. I'm sorry, dude. You don't deserve to die for that reason, but
But don't
I
transport
can't
it.
tell you that you didn't bring it on yourself with that. Don't be an idiot. That's
So it happened at the same time as the Coldplay thing. So it kind of got like looked over in the
Really?
news. Yeah. It
Oh
was
my
like
God. So it was
people were
pretty
talking
recent.
about those two things. Yeah.
Jesus. Wow. Fuck.
So that was their first big story. What Ed would do was he was a painter.
Yeah.
So he would go to people's houses, he would paint their house, and he would make it look like a haunted house.
Right.
And they would go to places that I guess they thought were haunted. And then they would go up to the door and be like, "Hey, we just painted your house. do you want the picture? And then the people will be like, yeah, sure, come in. And then they'd be like, we do psychic readings of the house. You want us to check it out? This is how they got their business started.
So he would paint houses.
He would go stand outside their house, paint it, make it look haunted. Like he would do like a Victorian style,
Yeah.
like creepy look. And like, yeah, I paint haunted houses. And then Lorraine would do a reading and be like, yeah, there's like 4 spirits in here and whatever.
What?
Yeah.
That is a little shady.
It's a little shady. But this was in like the 50s. I don't know if that makes a difference, but
People were very trusting in the 50s. By the time 2050 comes around, if you're knocking on anybody's door,
I painted your house.
Yeah, I painted your house.
Yeah, get out.
Can you beat fate, pal? Jesus Christ, we're not doing a psychic reading here. Go away. Take your little tarot cards with you. People these days would not go for that. All right, man. We've gone way overboard on this one. Where does this thing stack up for you? You're more of a horror buff than I am. Where does it stack up for you in like the horror genre?
I mean, I'm a horror buff for these movies and more so just like YouTube paranormal videos. I like looking up creepy stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not a huge horror movie guy.
Okay.
I just love these. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Well, you have Exorcist, you have Poltergeist.
I've never seen those.
You've got like, I mean, there's a pretty significant list. The question, like, the reason that I haven't seen most of it, because like I don't know, 75% of them are at least or more of the gore slasher type.
These, I think they're way better than your average horror movie.
Way better.
The casting instantly makes them better. I like the paranormal stuff over thriller and like there, like another example, like Strangers.
Yeah.
That's Griffin's favorite horror movie.
Really?
I think no, his is what's it called? Sinister. That's scary.
Ooh,
Similar
okay.
vibe
Yeah.
to Conjuring stuff. I think it's better than those though, and I like these paranormal ones better than the real life human killer stuff. That's scary, but it's just like that happens.
Yeah.
I like the
I mean, we do
supernatural element.
I'm a sucker like anybody else for true crime dramas and murder mysteries and things like that, but this is a nice change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for people that might be apprehensive to jump in on a horror, I don't know, this is one that you would want to start with, but I would say maybe give it a shot. If you're maybe not a beginner horror, but you've seen a few things and you can kind of take it a little bit, this would be one that you can say, I've watched it once. I maybe don't need to watch it 5, 6, 7 times, but I've watched it, I've seen it, and you know what? Those guys are right. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know that there could be a better title for the movie than The Conjuring.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds awesome. I don't know if they really conjure anything. They kind of
that's the thing.
do the opposite.
They that is interesting too, because they don't really conjure. I just love the name for it.
It just sounds great.
It's speaks to the eeriness and the otherworldliness of it, you know. I don't know what's the name of the town they were in. Maybe it's, you know, maybe they could do Amityville horror type of name to it. But I think The Conjuring just it's a nice title. I wouldn't change it. What's your rating?
I didn't even think about this. I'm gonna say it's in the 80s.
Yeah, I would say
89, 88, 89.
I'm gonna give it I'm also in the 8s. I'm gonna give it an 8.6. I think partly because I was scared, and partly because I have a couple of unanswerable questions. Namely, you know, I kind of wanted more time with Lorraine and to figure out what
I might be going too high. 89 is pretty high.
You think so? I don't know, man. I mean,
but for horror, it's definitely an 89.
For horror, that's what I mean.
Okay, so if we're just talking about horror, and not all movies, definitely an 89, if not a 90 something for horror.
Yeah, This will
In
be
the horror
first
genre,
film.
it's a 90, 95.
Yeah.
For all movies ever, it's a 80 something.
Yeah. It's good, man. It's highly rated. It's in the top 10 for just about every website we could research for horror movies. It's a great watch for people that are up for a little scare. So this thing's got scares. It's got an incredible business legacy. Conjuring proves old school horror still rules and sells, man. Next week we're gonna stick with spooky stuff. I think
we should spook it up the whole.
Oh, brother, it's the season.
All season.
So I think Colin gets back from his travels hopefully by next weekend, and I don't want to like overload the pod with too much religious stuff for you guys, because I don't want you to get scared. But we are really interested in doing Constantine.
Oh yeah,
that is one of
what are we scared of, Tim?
Absolute favorite. Well, I don't know that people are signing up for a bunch of religious talk, but I think these movies are fucking.
Maybe they need it.
Well, listen, maybe we all need a little bit of God in our life. These are just awesome movies. Glad you guys could join us. Rate, review, send out your scary one scenes. Your scariest one scene ever picks. Follow us on House Cats.
And I want to say, because we talked about a lot of demonic stuff, I want to bless everyone that listened to this in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen, y'all. We love you.